Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are going to tackle a skill that is absolutely essential for any apprentice project manager out there. We're talking about mastering change control, also known as skill S10, and really getting a grip on managing your project scope.
You know that feeling, right? That moment every project manager just dreads. A stakeholder pops by your desk, an email lands in your inbox with that classic line, "Just a quick question," and suddenly that one tiny request threatens to blow up your timeline, your budget, everything.
If that sends a little shiver down your spine, don't worry, you are definitely not alone. So, let's follow the story of Jody. She's an associate project manager apprentice over at IBS Stores, and we're going to see how she handles this exact problem and learns to turn that chaos into total control.
So, picture this. Jody's big project, a new marketing campaign, is going great. I mean, it's on time, it's on budget, everything's looking good. And then her line manager, Riddle, comes over with that one phrase, and boom, Jody knows exactly what this is. This is the start of scope creep, a change to the original game plan. Now she knows that just saying no isn't the right move, but saying yes without thinking could be a total disaster for the project. She needs a process.
So yeah, she's feeling the pressure. What does she do? She reaches out to her mentor, Adam. And Adam, being a great mentor, doesn't just give her the answer. Nope, he gives her a tool, a framework he likes to call the Change Control Compass.
And Adam makes a really key point here. This whole process, it isn't about building a giant wall to stop change from happening. I mean, projects have to be able to adapt, right? Of course. Instead, it's about creating a clear, agreed-upon path to manage that change, making sure every new idea gets a proper look before it gets the green light.
Now, this slide just nails the analogy, doesn't it? Without a process, your project is like a ship getting tossed around in a storm, just reacting to every single wave. But with a process, well, you become the captain. You've got the map, you're at the helm, and you are steering with purpose. You get to decide which way the ship goes.
So, to make this real, Adam gives Jody this super simple but really powerful 5-step framework she can use for Riddle's request and, for any other change that might pop up in the future.
Okay, you ready? It's identify, document, evaluate, approve, and track. This little cycle, this is the heart and soul of Skill S10. So let's see how Jody puts this into action with that social media idea. First things first, Jody identifies Rital's request as a real change to the project scope. Then, and this is the key move, she gets it out of a casual chat and into a structured format. She works with Rital to fill out a proper change request form, which captures the what and, just as importantly, the why.
And right there, that's the magic of getting it down on paper. Suddenly, it's not just a vague idea anymore, it's a defined proposal with a solid business reason behind it. And for Jody, this form is the very first piece of gold star evidence for her apprenticeship portfolio. Okay, now we get to the real detective work. Step 3, evaluation. This is where Jody puts on her proper project manager hat. She investigates the true impact of this change. What's it going to cost in terms of money? How much extra time will it take? Who on the team needs to get involved? And what could possibly go wrong? And just look at what she comes up with. By laying out all the data this clearly, Jody completely changes the conversation. It's no longer about if they can do it, it's now about here's what it will take to get it done. She has a clear, fact-based business case to show her stakeholders. So with this crystal clear picture, the stakeholders, Riddle included, can make a smart decision. And they do. They agree the benefits are worth the costs. Jody gets that formal approval locked down in writing, then she updates the master project plan and makes sure the whole team knows about the new direction. The change is now official. So Jody totally nailed managing the change. High five. But her journey's not over, not for an apprentice. Now her coach, Olivia, steps in to show her how to take all this great work and turn it into powerful, undeniable evidence for her APE2M portfolio.
And this is something Olivia says that is so important for any apprentice to hear. Look, doing the work is awesome, but it's basically invisible to an assessor if you don't document it. Your portfolio has to tell the complete story of how you used your skills, and every single document is like a chapter in that story. So Olivia literally points to the goldmine of evidence Jody just created without even trying. You've got the change request form, the impact assessment she put together, that all-important approval email, and the new updated project plan. These are the exact artifacts that assessors are looking for to prove you've mastered skill S10.
And hey, don't forget this part. Your evidence doesn't always have to be some massive, super formal report. Something as simple as a saved email, a screenshot even, that clearly shows you got approval for the changes, that is a perfect piece of evidence to upload to APTM.
All right, let's bring it all home. The final boss level, the endpoint assessment, or the EPA. All of this hard work, all this evidence gathering, it's all been prep for this final gateway.
Olivia, being a great coach, gives Jody a heads up on a question that's almost guaranteed to come up. Now, because Jody actually lived this experience and has all the proof, she can build a really structured and confident answer. She's not going to be scrambling for an example. She's got an amazing story ready to go.
And look at how Jody can now answer this using the STAR method. It's like a secret weapon. For situation, she explains what happened. Task, what she needed to do. Action, she describes the 5-step process she used. And result, the best part, she shares the amazing outcome. That is a perfect top-tier answer.
And there it is, just like that. Jody took one of those stressful oh no moments and turned it into a complete masterclass demonstration of a core skill. She didn't just save her project, she systematically developed, applied, and documented her competence, creating the perfect evidence she needs to ace her apprenticeship.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's that change control isn't about being the no person. It's not about being a gatekeeper who blocks cool new ideas. It's about being the guide who makes sure that every time you say yes, it's an informed, strategic, and successful yes.
So, I'll leave you with this. The next time that quick question lands on your desk, what are you going to do? Are you going to let it become a random wave that just rocks the boat? Or are you going to pull out your compass, check the map, and confidently captain your project all the way to success?